I'll be modeling sum and difference identities today with trigonometry. The first one I'm going to show you is the sine of a sum of angles. So I'm going to use sine u plus v is equal to sine u cosine v plus cosine u sine v. That's the trigonometric identity for the sum of angles. If I want to find the sine of 135 degrees plus 120 degrees, I would place u with 135 degrees and v with 120 degrees. So this identity becomes sine of 135 degrees cosine of 120 degrees plus cosine 135 degrees sine 120 degrees. Now I'm going to replace sine of 135 degrees with the square root of 2 over 2. I'm going to replace cosine 120 degrees with negative 1/2. I'm going to replace cosine 135 degrees with negative square root of 2 over 2. And I'm going to replace sine of 120 degrees with the square root of 3 over 2. Now I can simplify. When I multiply the square root of 2 multiplied by negative 1, I get negative square root of 2. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Then negative square root of 2 multiplied by the square root of 3 gives me negative square root of 6. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. And you may leave it like that or rewrite it in several different forms. I would then check it in my calculator. I'd put my mode on degrees and find what the sine of 255 degrees is. I will get a decimal and I'll check that against that decimal. I'm now going to model using the cosine identity. So cosine, I'll do a subtraction, u minus v. So the difference of u and v would be equal to the cosine of u cosine v plus sine u sine v. So if I wanted to find the cosine of pi over 6 minus 5 pi over 4, I'm going to replace u with pi over 6 and I'm going to replace v with 5 pi over 4. So then this becomes cosine pi over 6 cosine 5 pi over 4 plus sine pi over 6 multiplied by sine of 5 pi over 4. Now once again I can replace cosine pi over 6 with the exact value of the square root of 3 over 2. Cosine of 5 pi over 4 is negative square root of 2 over 2. Sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. And sine of 5 pi over 4 would be negative square root of 2 over 2. When I multiply, I get negative square root of 6 over 4 and then minus the square root of 2 over 4. And I would once again check that with my calculator. The one that most students have difficulty with is tangent. So let me do one with tangent. I'm going to do the sum of two angles. I'm going to do tangent of u plus v. And this identity is tangent u plus tangent v all over 1 minus tangent u times tangent v. And I'm going to find the tangent of 2 pi over 3 plus pi over 4. So in this case, u is going to be 2 pi over 3, v is going to be pi over 4. So I have tangent 2 pi over 3 plus tangent pi over 4. My denominator is going to be 1 minus tangent 2 pi over 3 times the tangent of pi over 4. I'm going to replace my values once again. Tangent of 2 pi over 3 is equal to negative square root of 3. So I have negative square root of 3. Tangent of pi over 4 is 1. 1 minus tangent of 2 pi over 3 is negative square root of 3 multiplied by 1. Going to just clean this up a little bit. Negative square root of 3 plus 1. And then I have 1 plus the square root of 3 in the denominator. I'm now going to rationalize my denominator, and I can rearrange this in many ways, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like this right now. And I'm going to multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. Since my denominator is 1 plus the square root of 3, my conjugate is going to be 1 minus the square root of 3. Have to multiply numerator and denominator. Now I'm going to multiply carefully. Negative square root of 3 multiplied by 1 would be negative square root of 3. Negative square root of 3 multiplied by negative square root of 3 is going to be a positive 3. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. And 1 multiplied by negative square root of 3 is going to be negative square root of 3. My denominator, 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. 1 multiplied by negative square root of 3 is negative square root of 3. Square root of 3 multiplied by 1 is plus the square root of 3. And the square root of 3 multiplied by negative square root of 3 is going to be minus 3. When I combine like terms, my numerator, I get 4 minus 2 square roots of 3. And my denominator, the two middle terms, will always cancel out since I use my conjugate. 1 minus 3 would be negative 2. Then I can reduce that. 4 divided by negative 2 would be negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 would be a positive 1 square root of 3. And then I would check that once again with my calculator.